Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's executive meeting. It's the 6th of April, 2021. And first of all, I'll ask, are there any apologies?
No apologies, Chair, but if I could do a roll call, just confirm attendance.
Okay.
Could councillors please confirm you're present, please, when I call your name? Councillor Bialik.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Sutton.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Fole.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Gassane.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Harvey.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Morse.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Pearson is running late, but I'll mark him when he arrives. Councillor Williams.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Wood.
Present.
Thank you. And Councillor Wright.
Present.
Thank you very much. And if I could just confirm that Councillor Kevin Mitchell is in attendance as opposition leader. And if I could just do a roll call of officers in attendance, Chair. So Deputy Chief Executive Bindu Arjun.
Present.
Thank you. Director of Finance David Hodgson.
Present.
Thank you. And we have myself and Howard Bassett as Democratic Services Officers also in attendance, Chair, and we are quorate to proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I've not heard from Councillor Ledbetter, the other opposition leader, unless Kevin Mitchell is now the opposition leader, as you say, Mark, and the Conservatives and the Progressive group have formed an alliance. And unless that has happened, we'll wait for Andrew to join later on. So we've only got Councillor Pearson, he'll be joining us shortly. And now it's the minutes of the 9th of March, 2021. Are you in agreement that I sign them as a true record?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that looks unanimous, Chair.
Agreed. Thank you, Mark. So we'll now move on to declarations of interest. And I will remind anybody, if they've got any declarations of interest, please disclose them at the start of the item. Item 4, there are no part 2 items. So item 5, public questions, none have been received. So we'll go straight into item 6, and this is to nominate the Lord Mayor and Deputy Lord Mayor for the next municipal year, 21-22, starting at this year's annual meeting in May. The protocol is that the Labour group nominate for the forthcoming year. Although it was us to nominate last year, it was agreed that we would extend the nomination for Councillor Peter Holland, who I must say, he and Councillor Henson have done a good job under very difficult circumstances, to be perfectly honest. And it's a shame that their term has been spoiled a little bit. The Labour group would like to nominate Councillor Trish Oliver as Lord Mayor for the ensuing year and Councillor Ian Quance as the Deputy. And if I move that from the chair, hopefully we can have a seconder.
Councillor Morse, I thought your hand went up first. Oh, Councillor Ledbetter's there. So we have a seconder from Councillor Morse, Chair.
Thank you very much. And if there's no further nominations or dissent from that, I think it's fair to say, Mark, we can declare Councillor Oliver as the Deputy, as the Lord Mayor-elect, and Councillor Ian Quance as the Deputy Lord Mayor-elect.
That's correct, Chair. It will be taken before Council on the 20th of April.
Yes, and then we've got the AGM in May, and we'll see whether that is, whether we're 2 meters apart, Zooming or whatever. Who knows what will happen in the next 8 weeks. Okay, item 7, the overview of the general fund revenue budget for 2021, quarter 3. And there are a couple of 4 recommendations here, and I'll ask David Hodgson to talk to the recommendations and talk to the paper, please, David.
Thank you, Chair. This is the projected outturn as at the end of Q3 for the general fund revenue budget. Not a great deal to say. Following on from the emergency budget, you can see in section 8.1 that we're projecting a slightly lower take from balances in this financial year. Key highlights are as a result of the latest lockdown, parking income in particular, although other income streams are affected, has been badly hit. This will be offset by the government sales fees and charges compensation scheme. So we're not projecting a significantly worse position as a result of that. The key issue in this report is in section 8.12, which is a request for a number of additional supplementary budgets, which are detailed in Appendix 3. There's 4, one of which is a technical accounting adjustment for depreciation. The other 3 are requests for additional funding, 2 of which will be funded from the general fund working balance, and 1 from an earmark reserve. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you. I will ask Andrew or Kevin, is there any contribution or anything they want to say before the debate starts on this one? Councillor Ledbetter.
Apologies for being late. I just rushed back. I'm thinking, just collecting my thoughts. But thank you.
You've left them in the same pocket as your tie, most probably.
Well, the same pocket you've left yours in.
Correct.
Just got back. I'll let Kevin go first, if I may.
Okay, Kevin, is there anything you want
I
to
have no
say?
comments.
No comment from you, Kevin? Sorry to put you on the spot, Andrew.
No comments
I just
this
was going to
time.
invite you in.
Yeah, thank you. No, that's fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, I'll open it up for any discussions or questions for David Hodgson. No, we see the item 3 there about the request for supplementary budgets. Okay, good. All right then, so I'll move those 4 recommendations from the chair. There they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll move them from the chair. Can I have a seconder, please?
Seconded, Chair.
Okay, all
Councillor.
those in favour, please show. Is that okay, Mark?
Yep, that is unanimous. I'll have to mark Councillor Pearson as
Yes,
abstention
he
on that
was in
one.
attendance for that item. No, you're quite right. Okay,
So those recommendations have been carried, Chair.
thank you very much, Mark. I'll move on to item 8, which is the 2021 General Fund Capital Monitoring Statement for the 3rd quarter. Again, David Hodgson, can you talk us through these 2 recommendations and your paper, please?
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, again, this is the 3rd quarter projected outturn for the capital programme. In terms of the capital programme, again, a couple of key issues. So far we've spent £23 million of the capital programme, which totals 71 million at the start of Q3. Again, in terms of the key issue, it is at section 8.6, and that's requests for a couple of additional budgets, and I'll just talk you through these. So fire risk assessment works, a budget was approved for earlier in the year for fire risk assessment works. These are critical to the health and safety of our buildings, and unfortunately the tenders have now been received, and we require an additional 250,000 in order to deliver the works. I think it's essential for us to do them, and therefore we're requesting the additional funding. The second request is a scheme for a new building management system. £661,500. I am pleased to say that the council bid for funding to support net zero projects, energy projects, and we were successful. And this this project is being entirely funded from a successful bid to the Public Sector Decarbonisation Fund. The new building management system will help the council by enabling us to properly monitor our energy usage and target energy reductions. So this is a really important piece of equipment. We have needed a new building management system for a number of years, and I'm very pleased to say the energy team have been able to get this funding in. It's a significant amount of funding and should help us to severely improve our own net zero position for our own portfolio of properties. Those are the two key issues that form the main decision, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, David. On that last one, I suppose it's a bit like having a giant smart meter to do all the stuff for us, in effect, isn't it? In a random way.
It absolutely is. It will give
Okay.
us really detailed information
Yes.
that we'll be able to use to support us and to target our energy consumption and reductions in the energy consumption. So really good piece of
Okay,
news.
then. Okay. I will ask, was there any remarks from Kevin, Councillor Mitchell, or Councillor Ledbetter before I go into the discussion?
Nothing from me, thanks.
No, okay.
No, I'm happy with the report, Leader.
Thank you, Kevin. I think Councillor Sutton indicated to speak. Councillor Sutton and then Councillor Ollie Pearson.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I really just wanted to kind of add my congratulations and thanks to the officers who managed to nail that particular grant, because all of our staff have been working incredibly hard over the last 12 months, as they always do, but further complicated by COVID. And really, actually, it's not spending the money, it's actually having the capacity to put in the grant applications to actually get it in the first place. And I can't remember the total amount of the grant. Dave might have that figure to hand, but as he indicated, it is a significant sum, and because it needs to be spent before September of this year, it was dependent on the council having a project that was ready to go. So again, the background work that's been going on over the years of kind of, yes, this, we know we have to do this, and then having the capacity to make the grant application and nail the grant, that is a big achievement. So I'd like to put on record my thanks to them for that, and also look forward to the results that it produces, because that is going to help on our carbon reduction agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Pearson.
Yeah, I also like to welcome that same point, and I think it does just re-emphasise, show the ability of this council to apply for these amounts of money, get them, as opposed, because we have that heritage of doing these kind of projects around low carbon and zero carbon, and reducing our energy consumption and implementing these kind of measures. Just like to ask David on that, is there anything in the budget yet on the revenue side resulting from the anticipated savings from this scheme?
Thank you. So just in response to Councillor Sutton, the total value is £661,000 for the thing. So in terms of our ability, it's much enhanced the quality and size of building management system we can afford. It will cover about 15 properties to begin with the scope to increase that as we go on. In terms of the revenue savings, no, we never account for the savings before they're realised. So at the point that happens, there will be an ongoing cost for the scheme. It's envisaged that the savings that we can deliver will be far in excess of that. So there will be the opportunity for the council to consider how that's used, or whether it's utilised to offset some of the reductions that we're anticipating in our funding going forward. But absolutely, that will be a member decision when we set budgets in the future, as long as we deliver the savings as expected.
Okay, thank you, David. If there's no other contributions, I'm going to move those recommendations from the chair. Can I have a seconder, please?
Seconded, Chair.
Okay, Mark.
Thank you. Okay, just a show of hands, please. Are those in favour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a unanimous vote, Chair. Those recommendations have been carried.
Okay, thank you. We move on to item 9, which is the HRA budget monitoring report for Q3. Again, Dave Hodgson for the 2 recommendations and the report, please, David.
Thank you, Chair. So this is the third quarter position for the housing revenue account. Absolutely nothing significant to bring to your attention here, other than to note that the expected reduction in the HRA working balance is now actually expected to be a surplus because of the borrowing we took out when interest rates were extremely low. That's meant that the contribution to the capital programme from the revenue accounts no longer required. What I would say is that members should note that still over the medium term, the position remains the same for the HRA. This funding will just be used in future years, so it's still planned to be used properly. In terms of the rest of it, there's no additional requests for funding in this paper. So again, I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you. I can't see anybody indicating that they wish to speak. And so I'll move those 2 recommendations from the chair. Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Sutton. So Mark, do your job and tell us.
For all those in favour, can I have a show of hands, please? Yeah, that's a unanimous vote, Chair. Those recommendations have been carried.
Thank you, everybody. That concludes the agenda. Next meeting, the 1st of June. And looking at my clock, it's 17:48. I won't talk for another minute to get it to 17:49. And so I'll thank you all very much for attending the meeting and hope to see you all in various locations very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.